important, you know, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਲੇਟ ਸ਼ੋ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀ ਇੰਟੈਲੈਕਚੁਅਲ ਗੈਸਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਨੇ ਆ who have achieved something in their life so that we treat them as a role model. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਯੰਗਸਟਰਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਦੇਖ ਲਿਓ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਿੰਟ ਪਿਕ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਪ੍ਰੀਤੀ isn't it?
Absolutely. It's absolutely an honor to have our special guests here today.
But ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਆ ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ though he has himself achieved lot of things in his life ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਅਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਾਹਿਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ the important ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ he himself now in a position ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਨਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਅਚੀਵਰਸ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ different ਫੀਲਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਵਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਨਿਰਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਰਾਈਟ OBE ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਪੋਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਾਸਤੀ ਪੋਲ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ would you mind if I call you Paul?
No problem. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
No, it's a pleasure because honestly ਦੇਖੋ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਹਟਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਚੀਵ ਕੀਤਾ ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ ਟੀਚ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਰੋਲ ਮਾਡਲ ਔਰ ਉਮੀਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਵਾਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੋਵੇ it will be help inspire ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲੋਕ
Yes, I'm here for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you really.
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਰੋਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਕਹਾਂਗਾ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
Jambo, namaskar, te assalamu alaikum. Very kind of you to have me here.
No, it's a pretty bੜੀ important ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੌਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਕੀਨੀਆ ਵਾਲਾ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਨਾ honestly ਇਹ ਬੜੀ ਲਿਆਕਤ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਸਾਰੀ ਜ਼ਬਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਅਸਲਾਮ ਅਲੈਕਮ ਜੈ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨਾ ਜਬ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਸਾਡੀ ਨੇਟਿਵ ਲੈਂਡ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੀਨੀਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਪੌਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਾਤ ਬਦਲਾਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੋਟ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ I think ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੋਸਟ ਮੈਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਨਮ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੋਇਆ I want to follow you ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਨਮ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ
ਮੇਰਾ ਬਰਥ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਨੈਰੋਬੀ in Kenya and after a few years my family relocated to Dar es Salaam. So I spent up to the age of 9 I was in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania and then a tragedy struck in my family. My mother was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Sorry to hear that.
And overnight my father in those days it was a big expense I would say. However, she was flown to London for the operation in central London. The operation took place but it wasn't successful. So she passed away after a few days. So straight away, as you can understand what happens when you're very young, brothers and sisters are young, the whole family is in a turmoil, disturbed. So our father made a decision to send us all siblings to India, to Punjab for education.
And are you the eldest or?
No, I am the middle one. Okay. I'm the middle one.
How many siblings?
I've got a younger one and then I've got 2 elder ones. So we are 3 brothers and 1 sister. Okay. So we ended up in Punjab in Jalandhar, which you probably know is a key city in Punjab, where a lot of East Africans relocated in those days.
Right.
And at the same time there was political problems happening in East Africa. So there were 2 reasons why we went there. I was in Punjab for about approximately 3 years. Then my father decided that we should all come to the UK and I should follow my father's footsteps. My father being a civil engineer and as all parents in those days, so my father wanted me to qualify as a civil engineer. So I came here and I did my schooling, my GCSEs.
I think any jagah where was here in UK?
I was in various places. I was moved around. I ended up very interesting story. When I landed here, it was January 28th.
Oh my God.
January 20th, cold, very, very cold. And all I was given was a leather jacket to wear, and leather jacket in a severe UK winter, it doesn't really help. So that's when I came from India. I came directly here, and I was at the airport. And in those days, I don't know, Paji, if you remember, there was the exodus of Kenyans coming here.
Big time
exodus, and flights were very irregular. Flights were very late. So whoever was supposed to pick me up at the airport waited for me 6-7 hours, and they went away.
Oh my God!
I was on my own at the airport, and there was a family who knew my parents, and they very kindly delivered me from Heathrow Airport to southeast London, Peckham. And I can remember I was so tired and very young. I fell.
How old was you?
How old was I? I think I was 12 at that time. Yeah, 12 years old. So I fell asleep at the back of the car, but they kindly delivered me to my uncle in Peckham. So that's where the story began.
And you had just come by yourself?
I came by myself. I came by myself to stay with an uncle.
Okay.
In Peckham, in a rented property on the 4th floor, with no bathroom and a small kitchenette. So for a bathroom we had to go every other day or the weekends to the local baths.
Oh my goodness.
Because in those days, I don't know if you remember, few properties had bathrooms, or if they were outside. So in my case, there was a communal baths down the road, so we all used to go there.
That's very common those days.
Common in those days. So the next few days, my cousin took me to his school. He was older than me, and he got me admitted to a local school in Peckham. After that, few months later, I got shifted to another uncle of mine in Kent, in Gillingham. So I went to school there. By this time, I did my GCSEs. I was 16, and my uncle was having difficulty looking after me. He had his own children, and I felt that I needed to move on. So at 16, I applied for various jobs, apprenticeships or sandwich courses, and luckily enough, I got I sailed through the interview, and I got taken over by a very large construction company by the name of George Wimpy and Company, one of the leading contractors in the country. So they took me on a sandwich course, on a 4-year sandwich course, which means that I work in the office, in the drawing office, and then few months I go to college, technical college, work experience plus academics as well. So that carried on, and I then went to the Poly of the South Bank. I did my high national diploma in engineering, and
which is now called the University of South Bank.
University of South Bank, yeah. So how much more do you want to know? I can carry on.
But this time, नहीं पता important की चीज़ है कि सारे important पे तो you would know. जो ना सारे लोग सारे, I'm talking especially from East Africa. I wouldn't have very much knowledge. People coming from India. Kenya to लोग ही आए with kind of with a choice. They were not forced to, compelled to leave, but people left with their own accord. They came down here with some money. That money was not enough to settle in the UK. लोगों ने जितना ने पाजने story दसी ना, this is common. हर इंसान कीना तो आके कोई well off नहीं सका. They shared the rooms, 4 or 5 of them. No kitchen, no bathroom. Bathroom was outside in the garden, remember? And communal bathroom के दफा बाहर public bath जाना पैंदा सी. और वड्डी गल ना मेरे शो दा ही मकसद हुंदा देखो दुनिया कित्थों कित्थों चल के कित्थों आन के without the family he pushed himself up to get education and achieve something so unique where he is today. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. Honestly, ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ ਬੜੀ courage ਹੈ. This is what we're known for. We are warriors. We don't give up that easy.
When you want to do something, you want to do it.
You want to do it.
And it's seed in your heart, and you have that. That's what I want to go on to.
I think the drive in me is probably from my father, because he also struggled a lot when he from India he went to East Africa to set up a business there. So this drive, which is which is inside me, and also in my brothers, they have the same drive, to succeed. So I would say that comes from my father.
But in fact, it's so you're so right to say you're so unfortunate having lost your mother at a very young age. What about the Loki? They stayed in East Africa for another 40-50 years.
People stayed there for a long time, and I'll just go back to what you said earlier on, that there were some very fortunate people from East Africa who came here with their parents, or who came with some sort of money, to buy a property, to buy a first house. In my case, this didn't happen.
Exactly.
When it came to the time for me to buy my first property, I was only 20 years old, and in those days there weren't many people at my age who could actually go out and buy a house. At the age of 20, and I had my own deposit. I didn't borrow money from anyone.
Where was this, by the way? Where was this?
I bought my first property. That's how I got onto the property ladder and the encouragement for dealing in property, which is my core business right now. This was in Ealing.
Really?
I bought my first house for £10,000.
I was going to ask you.
£10,000 now.
Yeah.
No, but if you convert that now, it could be over £1 million then.
It is. You're right. In South Ealing, 2-bedroom house which needed a lot of renovation, a lot of decoration. So I was only 20 years old. We bought the first house. I did it up within a year, and I sold it for double the price. Then I went on to my next property, which I bought for £24,000, which I sold for £120,000. So that gave me the encouragement to move into the property.
First house buy kita, what were your wages then?
My wages were, I think, if I'm not wrong, £40 a week. £40 a month. Sorry.
A month, that's right. £40 a month, I know.
£40 a month.
But you graduated at that time?
I had graduated by that time. I had graduated in engineering, in civil engineering.
Preeti, let me tell you the figure now. He bought a house for £10,000. His wages are £10 a week. It's like borrowing £1 billion to pay off.
Calculation.
It's trying to settle in all the other expenses with the gas, electricity, rates, and then pay the mortgage for 10 grand. For 25 years, that was.
25 years, So, that's how it all started. The encouragement into property, and but at the same time, you asked me a question. Yes, I was on wages, but I had started my own little business while I was in college. I started a small business which became very, very successful. I went into the sports industry. I went into importing sports goods from India, because Jalandhar, a lot of people probably don't know this, but Jalandhar is the main center for the sports industry. That's where manufacturing of sports goods takes place, and these goods are exported.
And why did you do that?
Why did I do that? Because when I was in Punjab, in school, I had a very dear friend. We were in the same class, and I came here. I went to college, and one day he wrote to me. He said, in those days there's no emails or faxes or anything, so he wrote me a letter. He said, Paul, I've started a business, and I'm now manufacturing sports goods. So he'd come out of college, and I'd come out of college here. So he said, I've started a business, a sports manufacturing. Would you assist me in importing from me?
Really?
So I said, fine. So what started with one sack of footballs soon developed into, my house was full of, because I didn't have a warehouse at the time. House was full of leather goods, footballs, cricket bats, tennis rackets, squash rackets, and so on. So it developed into quite a big scale business. So at that same time, I was running a business while I was in college.
Is that what you're still doing for the sports?
No, I did that for good 10 years, and then I focused on the property business, which is what I do now.
The idea, Sarah, Paul, it's so important to know. That's the reason we ask, being nosy, but important how did you study, how did you cope with your personal life, financial, with the family problems as well, having losing a mother. wasn't something easy. There was an extra stress on you. ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ education ਲਿੱਤੀ, then you went into business at the same time. You know, ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ easy ਲੱਗਦਾ, but once you go through those and you don't know whether you're going to be to the other side of the tunnel. It's a big tunnel. You're walking through, taking all the risk in your life.
It's quite difficult.
But it's very tough.
It's fun. Believe me, if I had another choice, I would want to do it again this way.
No, you don't, really.
I enjoyed the hardship, and you know what they say, if one door shuts, another one always opens for you. It's always happened. Business is up and down always. It's never plain sailing. You know, I've been through 2 recessions. In the first recession, I had a very large portfolio of properties. I lost a lot of them, like everybody else, because the interest rates shot up to 16%.
A lot of people lost it then,
but there were a couple of properties which saved me, and I was back on the bandwagon again. So it's business is fun.
And leading back now to where you are today, we just want to get that gap from after the properties.
After the properties, then there was a trend. I don't know if you remember, but we all used to, in this country, we all used to go to the cinema, Indian Bollywood movies, and then came the video. The video craze came in with the, if you remember, the 3 cassettes and all
That's
that.
right.
And then came a stage where people want to listen to live music.
Cassettes came out,
Then there came a trend of live music, concerts and so on. And because I have a passion for music, I thought, let's try this. Let's go into musical promotion.
Right.
So I went into promoting stars from the UK and from India and Pakistan.
But this is very important. I'm going to get down deep to it. You got no experience there. You had like a choice from this to see enjoy this music, but this was a bigger step. How did you, without any experience, पहले तो सालों कोई guardians नहीं से मिलती होती, कोई support नहीं से मिलती.
I did my first function in 1981 in the 4 Pillars, which used to be called the Austerley Motel on the Great West Road.
It's still there.
It's still there. It's called the 4 Pillars now. So I did my first concert there, and that was very successful. So leading on from that, it went on to the next one, which was bigger, and then I got into contact with all the leading Bhangra groups of today, of the 90s, I would say. We all know them. If you don't mind me mentioning the names, one of them being Alap, and then Hira, Premi, and some from up north. So I was promoting them, and they needed the promotion. So started with them. And then I went on to international artists, big stars.
Were you anybody with you at the time, or did you single-handed?
No, I've always done things single-handedly. I had no backing, no sponsorship. It was all single-handed.
Did you have some money tucked away? Why did you do that?
I think my business supported me. My business, because I had a business going at the same time. My property business was there, so that supported me. I had the backup from there. So it went on to large-scale functions like the Royal Albert Hall and the Wembley Conference Centre, Harrow Leisure Centre, De Montfort Hall, and various in Manchester.
And this was all coming from your own passion of music?
My own passion of music, which then the passion turned into commercial. So it became commercial. So for good 10 years I was involved in promotion. So that experience of mine in musical promotion helped me where I am today, organizing functions for charity, for fundraising, or doing the awards evening.
Well, let's watch the gal karenge, because we haven't got much time to go for the break, because I like to continue. It will be काफी interesting agar. I'm going to focus on the very important point you picked up from your conversation, because sometimes you hear these things, they don't look real in reality. Okay, you had a business, but you would not have made tons of money, enough to be comfortable. And I knowing a little business about the music musical
Yeah.
booking in the concert for
Yeah.
various artists from abroad.
Yeah.
You mentioned the first one, you were Albert Hall.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, just to mention the word Albert Hall, I will totally drown myself,
Yeah,
thinking, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's a big commitment. It was such a big risk.
Yeah.
That would have
Big, yeah.
that would either made you or finish you one with the other.
Absolutely, it nearly finished me, and I'll tell you why. If you've got a minute, I can finish
Yeah,
off
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
It nearly finished me because the artist involved in the Royal Albert Hall was legend of Ghazal, Ustad Mehndi Hassan.
Oh my
which you
God.
know.
Wow.
He was the artist, and with all due respect to him, not an educated man, but extremely, a top guy, a ghazal artist. You can't be bigger than him.
Exactly.
But not educated and not having the right advisors with him, because people don't always advise
Especially
the
those
right
days.
thing.
Ah.
So the function was booked for a Saturday evening, and suddenly he was in USA doing concerts. He rang me one day. He said, "Can you shift the date from Saturday to the Monday?"
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
And
It's not
you can imagine
possible.
the crowd you would get on a Saturday and the crowd you get on a Monday. So Albert Hall having a capacity of 6,000, suddenly I'm having to shift to a Monday, and the capacity was about 1,700 people.
Right.
So
That's quite a lot.
we broke even, and so that is one of the risks that can take place. And another well-known artist, very very well-known artist by the name of Madam Noor Jahan,
Uh-huh.
the name
Yeah.
Malika Taranam Noor Jahan, and the saying is that if you book her, if the promoter books her, and she's behind the scenes, behind the curtains, she will open the curtains a little bit, and if she sees the hall is absolutely packed, she'll go back to the promoter and she'll demand more money.
Oh my God.
So
Is
no
that true?
contract, no contract works with these people. No contract worked. So it was a big risk.
Yeah.
Because then they would turn around and say, "Oh, your contract is in English, but I don't need to read English. I only read Urdu. So I want demand more money."
It can happen
So-
very last minute.
Last minute. So I was warned against dealing with this lady. So thank God, a very good friend of mine, a very well-known singer again, he said to me, "Paul ji, ਇਹਨੂੰ deposit ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਗੀ." And whoever touched her after that, he lost his business and he lost his house.
Really.
So it is a big risk when you deal with people like that.
But Paulji, je dekha jabe, this is honestly I like to point out to our viewers, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ watch ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, nothing comes easy. It's a hard work. It's a big risk. Business is a risk.
Yeah.
And अगर risk नहीं लोगे, you can't make yourself anywhere. You can be only successful if you do something more odd, something more different than the usual person.
Yeah.
And this is why we got Paul ji ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ, just to show ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ struggle ਕਰਕੇ where he started his life. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep repeating, he lost his mother at a very young age, which is extremely बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस हो जाता है, especially you're talking in those early years ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਏਸ਼ੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ knowledge ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਪੈਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ, and especially landing in UK and trying to make a life, it was not easy, especially ਠੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. You know how many people went into depression, how many people lost their families and everything else. There are few people who pulled through.
Yeah.
And the good thing was because those days unity बड़ी ਸੀਗੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਹੁਣ ਥੋੜੀ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
ਤੇ ਪੋਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਾਸ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਹੈਗਾ, we just carried with the same thing. ਮੈਂ really ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਾ regard ਦਿੰਦਾ, I'm so happy for you to make an effort to come down.
Please.
Honestly.
Thank you so much.
ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ this is some people watching, ਕਈ ਲੋਕ ਥੱਕ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਹਾਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, no I can't do it. You need to get up, you need to take a risk. Inspirational. Very
I enjoyed every moment of it, and I still enjoy it. And as I said, my passion is Punjab. My passion is promoting Punjabi culture, promoting Punjabi music. So we will talk in the second half
I think
about.
It's important to know
It
that
is.
something that you've so desirably wanted, and look where you are now. It's quite a bigger accomplishment. And also we'll have to talk about the OBE.
Oh, of course, whenever.
That's good. We'll talk about the OB in the second half ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਜਦੋਂ achievement ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ, that's what I mean. He made himself education wise, business wise, and ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਨੇ achieve ਕੀਤਾ, ਨਾਲ OB ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ, ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਹਫਤਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ really ਬਹੁਤ you and I are very much like, what's the right word I'm going to pick up, doing the same thing as what me and Preeti do on the show.
Yeah. You're promoting Punjabiyat, you're promoting music, so it's a culture.
Culture है जेरे सारे लोग पंजाब चो निकल के आके, it was 100 times more difficult to achieve something than doing it in India the beach.
Exactly.
चलो anyway Preeti, I think we'll have to go for a break.
Yes.
Pleased to see ऐसी तरह प्रोग्राम देखते रहो. We're going to have a short break. बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बहुत अच्छी गल्ला ने हुन जास्ती ऐसी गल्ला करेंगे इन्होंने हुन की कार्य ने UK the beach कुछ something different. Please stay tuned in. We see you after the break. वाहिगुरू का खालसा वाहिगुरू की फतेह. Welcome back to the second part. अगर तुसी हुनी join कितना watch करना, thank you very much. You know you missed a lot, but we'll continue with Paji Nirpal Singh, right? OB. Now mentioning OB, I think इससे पहले थोड़े जो सवाल पूछे सेगा, because we're going to go for the break. इसके उन्हें finish कर दें. Paji, besides doing a lot of work which you just mentioned now, education-wise, business-wise, OB the which कितना आ गया एकदम? How come did you achieve that?
After doing all that work which I did for 10-12 years, after doing my promotion and then running my business at the same time, I was headhunted by some Punjabi organizations, 2 or 3 leading Punjabi organizations in the country, and they invited me over and they said, why don't you take a position of vice president and president or chairman and so on, because of your vast experience in promotion, in organizing. So I said, fine, I'll enjoy doing this, because I used to enjoy promoting, and now I can assist these people in the organizations. So I got involved with the organizations and doing a lot of charity work, fundraising, and I must have been noticed for my work, what I was doing. So in 2011 I was informed that I'm going to receive the highest order of the British Empire, which is known as the OBE. And when you receive an OBE, you are informed about it a month before by letter.
Right.
But you don't tell anyone. You're told not to speak to anyone, not to discuss with anyone. Yeah, it's a secret. So this is in the end of December 2011, and this was during the Queen's Christmas OBEs. And I remember on the 31st I didn't sleep all night because I wanted to see my name.
Exactly.
Is it really happened, so all night I was awake, and then I opened my computer and I saw that I've been awarded the OBE for services to Punjabi people and for charity work.
How did you feel?
Were you expecting this?
As I said to you, I only knew about a month before that. No, I think when you expect something, you don't get it. It was a nice surprise. It was a very nice surprise.
But how did you feel like to have that?
Great, top of the world, And how did I feel then? How do I feel now? I feel like doing more work, which is what I'm doing more. A lot of people would say, stop, you've received the highest order of the British Empire, why do you need to do anything?
Of course, that gives you encouragement.
Yeah,
you want to, of course, yes.
Exactly, gave me the encouragement to do more, and I do a lot more. I don't want to brag on about myself, but yes, I do enjoy it. It's a passion, and I find the time running my business and finding the few hours to do all this charity work.
I must say to our viewers, जिधर भाजी ने हुनी गल की कि इन्होंने head hunt किया गया सीगा to be a president or a chairman or whatever. ऐसे तरह असी मैं अकाल चैनल on behalf of इन्होंने head hunt किया because I thought I need to obviously I head hunted him, and these are the things I look for, people जिन्होंने कुछ achieve किया है. I'm not knowing कि इन्होंने की hard work किया, how did he reach ਅੱਜ ਤੇ ਬੜੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਕਿ Paul Paji, he's got OB, this is all what we know, but how did he get it? This is why we bring him on the channel. ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਖਦੇਵ ਨੂੰ ਕੈਮਰਾਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਜੇ ਪੋਸਟਰ ਦਿਖਾਉਣ ਜਰਾ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਭਾਜੀ this is what you doing the ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਰਕਲ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਪੁੱਛਾਂਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ
ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰੈਕਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਕੁਈਨ ਨੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੇ ਰੈਕਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਕਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਾਂ ਉਹ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਕਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਕਗਨੀਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੀ ਔਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਕਲਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਹਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂ ਤੇ 2014 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਰਿਵਰਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਹੋਇਆ packed siga 500 people attended the function extremely successful ਅਸੀਂ 21 awards ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਐਤਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ 23rd of November ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ 15 ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨੋਟਿਸ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਸਿੰਗਰਸ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜਾ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਜੋਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਵਾਲਾ ਐਂਡ ਜੱਸੀ ਜੋਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੋਲੀਗ ਹੈ ਸਲਿੰਦਰ ਪਰਦੇਸੀ ਫਰਮ ਅਪ ਨੌਰਥ ਮੋਨਾ ਸਿੰਘ
very good
ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਅਮਰ ਵਿਰਦੀ young 20-year-old cricketer soon to England so these are the youngsters who need recognition as well.
Also it will give encouragement to the next future generation as well to come.
So apart from that ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਲਰਾਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਨਵਾਈਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨ ਲਾਈਵ 뮤직 play ਕਰੇਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ and then we mustn't forget Deepak Khazanchi was a person who arranged music for all the Bhangra bands I would say all the Bhangra bands in the UK. Wow. And the hit songs and I know that Deepak has not had the recognition that he deserved. He's a Gujarati but he's done so much for Punjabi culture so just because we are the Punjabi Circle International doesn't mean ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ honor ਕਰਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੇ contribution ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਅਤ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਭਾਜੀ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ if you don't have passion then you can't do this
totally
to raise money for charity to organize to mobilize people to motivate people you need passion then you know one day I woke up in the middle of the night ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਯਾਰ you're doing this for ਤੁਸੀਂ culturally ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ musically ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ personalities ਨੇ sport ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ recognition gain ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ why not them
ਪੱਕਾ
ਫਿਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਆਇਆ ਮਲਕੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੌਂਦ who has played for Uganda 33 caps and played all over the world he is the person that we want to have as the main person recipient of our lifetime achievement award for sport for hockey
ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਦਮਾ ਮਲਕੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਯੁਗੰਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ he represented Uganda about 33 times against the other countries ਇਹ ਪੁਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਨੇ 70-80s ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਨਾ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਨੀਆ ਯੁਗੰਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰ ਤੰਜ਼ਾਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਗੇ ਸੀ ਔਰ ਮੈਂ honestly ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਥੱਲੇ ਪੁੱਟ ਅਪ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਿਕਸ ਵਰ ਔਨ ਦ ਟੌਪ ਲੈਵਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਐਬਸੋਲੂਟਲੀ ਐਜ਼ ਯੂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਬਲੀ ਨੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਦਾ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਬੜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਾਕੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੇ ਔਰ ਆਪ ਵੀ ਬੜਾ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸਪੋਰਟਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ 23rd of November he is going to receive the lifetime achievement award which I think he deserves.
It's splendid.
Yeah, well deserving person.
But not only that ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਈਸਟ ਅਫਰੀਕਨ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ they get together once a year make a big gathering and you know it's so nice ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਪੌਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ I'm sure you're going to agree with me ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ era ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ ਉਹ full of love full of you don't have to be blood relation or sibling but you were just there for each other
community was there
sorry
ਤੁਸੀਂ mention ਕੀਤਾ sport ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੋਗਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ rally driver world recognition. He was a rally driver who won the rallies about 10 times with a car which was I think 20 years old car, 15 years old car, repaired it overnight, and he won the rally.
You see, it's really important because some people don't even know.
ਉਹਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਾਂ ਜਰਾ ਜੋਗਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ, if you have you heard about it?
No, I didn't know myself.
That guy,
sorry, he was known as the Lion of Kenya.
The Lion of Kenya.
It's important because the next generation don't know.
No, he is known in the bushes. When I say bushes, right in the bush country, people ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨਾ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਟਾਊਨ ਦਾ ਨਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਵੇਲੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ Simba means Lion of Kenya. It's the world's toughest rally. It's a test of a machine and a man. Both the car and the man don't know the test. And when I say test, it's not simple word. It's really
mental as well. Mental.
And he won 10 times overall. ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ, they were sponsored by the big companies like the Ford company, like the Audis, like the Mercs ਵਗੈਰਾ, ਤੇ ਇਹ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੈਰੇਜ ਚ ਕਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਨਾ, he was a mechanic as well, and he won.
He won the rally many times, and he was an ambassador, just like we mentioned Malkit Singh Son. He is a legend, and these people are the ambassadors of sport. So as I said, he is going to be the recipient of our award, and a few other people.
Avtar Singh Sohal,
Avtar Singh Sohal,
only captain, only
he was a coach
like gaya apni Olympic team which bahut dafa Kenya team, no?
That's right, yes.
In fact, even now Kenya hope Akaal Channel dekh de rahe, वैसे I must say that he's very fond of Akaal Channel. I hope watch karenge subah bhi shayad, te ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਹਾਲੀ ਕੋਚ ਨੇ Kenya ਚੁਣ ਗੋਂਬੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਚਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉੱਥੇ
head of coaching. He goes all over the world to coach.
ਤੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਇਟਸ ਸੋ ਇੰਟਰਸਟਿੰਗ, 23rd ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਵੈਨਿਊ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਦੱਸੋ ਉਹਦਾ ਬਾਰੇ।
ਸਾਡੇ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਇਸ ਸਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ same as last time at the Riverside venue in Heathrow on the Bath Road. It's a lovely venue, ground floor venue, and as I said, we will present the awards, and then we'll have live music as well by Dilraj Singh, and a couple of checks will be given as donations also on the night, which have been from the family and not raised from the public. ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਪੈਸਾ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੇਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ, ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ 15,000 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ।
Very nice. I must add on ਕਿ Akaal Channel fully on cover ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਦਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਅਦ ਟੀਵੀ ਚ ਦਿਖਾਵਾਂਗੇ, and thank you very much for giving us opportunity ਕਿ ਆ ਕੇ ਭਾਜੀ this is we work as a team likewise, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਅਚੀਵ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਔਰ ਹੁਣ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਦੇਖੋ, ਸਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਹੈਗਾ, this is not ours, it's ours, ਸਾਰੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਹੈਗਾ। ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਡਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਜਿੰਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੰਦੇ ਇਨਵਾਈਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਹੈਂਡਫੁਲ ਪੀਪਲ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ। ਨਾ being there on that day, Akaal Channel 106 ਘੰਟੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਊਟ ਆਫ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ, ਬੜੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ, ਬਹੁਤ ਨਾਈਸ, ਫੀਲ ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ, ਐਂਡ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਬੜੀ ਲੋੜ ਪਏਗੀ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ।
ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਟੱਚ ਕਰ ਲਾਂ
ਪਲੀਜ਼,
ਜੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈ ਤੇ। ਸੋ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਰਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਮੇਰੇ ਰੈਗੂਲਰ ਟ੍ਰਿਪਸ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ every 2 months, ਐਂਡ ਉੱਥੇ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੀਦੀ ਆ, ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ weddings of girls from very very poor backgrounds, ਰੋਕੋ ਕੈਂਸਰ ਦਾ 2 ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੈਂਪ ਲਗਾਇਆ ਫਗਵਾੜਾ, ਬੜਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਕੈਂਪ ਗਿਆ, ਹੋਰ ਕੈਂਪ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਲਗਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ I have a big, I think those 3 years in Punjab has given me the passion to work in Punjab. At the same time ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, Great Ormond Street Hospital, the air ambulance, so the show goes on.
ਇੱਕ ਨਾ question ਮੇਰੇ mind ਚ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, I'm not being picking on you.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਦੇਖੋ, I'll be honest with you, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੈ because of my parents.
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
only for one good reason, I've never lived there. ਮੈਂ visit ਕਰਨ ਗਿਆ as a tourist, I know very little, maybe ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕੋ ਗੋਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਗਾ ਨਾ, maybe bit more ਮੈਨੂੰ पता होएगा I love because of my parents. मेरा प्यार मेरी मोहब्बत कीनिया दे नाल हैगा पर मैंने थोड़े तो दिखाई नहीं दे रहा मैंने थोड़ा फील हो रहा है यार
मनु मलकीत भाजी ने क्या लास्ट वीक कहंदे यार मैं किसी नाल ना गल कर रहा सीगा ते was asking about me ते ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ Paul is born in India Paul because I talk about Punjab you see because देखो भाजी Kenya से छड़ आए हैं हुन ठीक है I'm not saying but we must do things for Kenya as I have some plans and as you and I are going to climb on
so my best friend Bilkis Singh Kita सुन रहे हैं सारा प्रोग्राम because of Kenya ने बहुत ना सपोर्ट करदा है
ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਕੱਠਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਲਿਮੰਜਾਰੋ ਕਲਾਈਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੋ ਕੀਨੀਆ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਆਏ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਐਂਸੈਸਟਰਲ ਹੋਮ ਹੈਗੇ ਉੱਥੇ that is our background so that's probably the reason I like India I like Punjab North India
कोई नहीं खिंच के तुम हॉलीवुड अंदर भी लेके आऊंगा
मैं दोनों पासे हैं मैं सारे पासे हैं my son who was born and brought up here a huge passion for Kenya he goes there any excuse any wedding he wants to go and attend the wedding
we can't leave the Kenyans out
absolutely we can't so दोनों पासे is that fair
चलो मैं एक्सेप्ट कर लूंगा
accept that
नहीं पर you know rightly speaking I can see why because so at a very young age you moved to India
exactly
है ਤੁਸੀਂ कीनिया ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਪਿਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਨਾ
cycling to the village which is 10 kilometers from Jalandhar this is a little education for you because you haven't been to India much so we were living in a city a town Jalandhar and village is 10 kilometers away so our brothers and all of us we had these brand new rally bikes which our father had sent with us and I think only 3 in the whole town with these handlebars so all of us would ride to the village to the Pind and spend a night there and then come back so these are the things when you're going to the village and then suddenly you stop and there's a well there's a tube well and you stop and you jump in have a dip in the water so these are the things that
now pata ki Preeti what it is I can see that another best childhood and the India cho hai obviously he didn't have a very good childhood in Kenya and then he was very young when he moved over there so maybe he has got very little memory for Kenya so tonu maaf kita
no my brother is opposite to me my elder brother is opposite to me he spent more time in East Africa so he was into ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਚਲਾ ਲੀਆਂ rallies ਕਰ ਲੀਆਂ ਡੈਡੀ ਨੇ ਨਵੀਂ ਗੱਡੀ ਲੈ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬੀਚ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਤਾਰ ਲਿੱਤਾ things like that
completely lost
so I didn't get all the privileges that they did you see so I had a hard life
but did you manage to speak any word of Swahili kidogo nasema jambo
habari see you learn jambo as well now it's a new word for you
मैं हमेशा कहना ना जो ना Preeti you know when it's funny ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋ ਪਿੰਡ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕਦਮ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰੀ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ
no my mom's from Kenya my dad's from India I'm British
ਕੀਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਤ ਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੋਵੇ ਗੁਜਰਾਤੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਹੋਵੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਨਾ ਕੀਨੀਆ ਚ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ
absolutely
and those feelings in 70 80 ਦੀ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ same feeling ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ
when we were in school when I was in junior school in Dar es Salaam and if it was Diwali then the Muslims would come and celebrate Diwali with us if it was Eid we would go and celebrate Eid with them so community atmosphere siga
udo time difference
siga pyar mohabbat bahut sigi ek dusre de naal there's none of this divisions nahi sigiyan
एक सवाल हूं मैं एक प्रीति ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਾਂਗਾ which one I'm going to remind you always wanted to ask the question ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਬਚਪਨ ਤੋਂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ knowingly you have achieved what you today ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ
ਨਹੀਂ
ਹੁਣ ਪ੍ਰੀਤੀ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹਤੀ ਹੈ
I want to know for the next generation as well vision that ਉਦੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ you didn't know
no
at what point did you actually see it becoming big for where you are now
I think when I got involved in music at that time as I said before and through music I got into through musical promotion I went into organizations and doing charity work and the vision was okay now let's do something for the community
right
you're okay you're well settled let's think about the ones who are not underprivileged.
Right.
Let's do something for them, and that is what the vision we should all have. Think about the ones who are not so lucky.
Right.
So the sports, are you still doing sports, or you given up that? Or?
I gave that up. I did that for a good 10 years or so, and then this side, the property side, developed quite a lot. So I was focusing here. Then we set up real estate in India as well. So that makes me go backwards and forwards. So it works both ways. There's the business side, and then find time from the business and do your charity work.
Right.
So it's not all 100% just trying to make money. Do something for the needy.
What would you like to see for the next say 5-10 years time in our community with awards?
With our awards, or
Yes.
we
well.
will carry on. We will go up to let me say that Punjabi Circle International, the organization which I formed in 2009, has done a lot of charity work, and the awards only came to my mind in 2014.
Right.
And now I see the feeling these people who are receiving the awards, I see the feeling they've got is the feeling I had when I received my award.
So you can relate to them.
I can relate to them, and I would like to take this to a higher level. Let's say this is the beginning, this is the start, this is a very successful experiment, but let's take it to a higher level. And I've got a lot of things in my mind. If I have the support of channels like Akaal Channel, we can do.
And we need to recognise the next generation and put awards out for.
Very important. What I picked up from the conversation ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋ ਅੱਜ, what have you achieved business wise, property wise, business ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਬਾਕੀ charity work ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ international awards ਦਾ, especially obtaining an OBE, ਬੰਦਾ ਇੱਕਦਮ ਨਾ normally one would sit quietly ਕਿ ਚਲੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਗਿਆ, ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠਾ, ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ achieve ਕੀਤਾ ਨਾ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਇੰਨੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਲੱਗੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਲੋਕੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ recognize ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ. You're bringing them into the limelight.
Absolutely.
Those are the heroes. They should not be forgotten at all. ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚ encouragement, ਸਾਡੇ ਚ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਿਵਿੰਗ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਪਰ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਟ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾਸਤੀ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਏਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖਦੇ, ਗੱਲ ਫਰਕ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ.
ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਨਾ I won't generalize, but ਸਾਡੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ, ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਿਵਿੰਗ ਨੇਚਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ. As I said earlier on, India ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ
That's what I said.
ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਓ, ਵਿਆਹ ਸ਼ਾਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਰੁਪਏ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸ਼ਾਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. They're giving expensive Bentleys and Rolex watches to their son-in-laws and Philip Patek and all the brand names, but when it comes to giving to a poor person or to poor children on the streets, they will not think about it. They will not think about it, which is what I said earlier on, which I always try to preach, कि थोड़ा जा सोचो इन्हां बारे, underprivileged बंदियां बारे. So that's
but the other thing you just mentioned, because don't ever feel that ਤੁਸੀਂ outer, you're part of the Akaal Channel. ਹਰ community ਦਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ, ਸਭ community ਸਾਨੂੰ support ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ. ਸਾਡਾ channel is community ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ. So you all have as much right as we all have it.
Of course.
ਮੈਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੋ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਪਾਸ ਦੇਖੋ, ਆਪਣੀ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿੱਖ community ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ.
Satisfaction ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ,
ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੰਮ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. ਜੋ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, okay, I've done a lot of things on my own, but without the support of the community, without the support of my friends, without the support of my family, the people out there who attend my functions, who buy the tickets, who come there, without their support, I wouldn't be where I am. And without the support of channels like yourself, we would not be here. We need channels like yourself, and we can work together.
Paulji, importantly, and I have to speak very highly about Akaal Channel, not because of being a part of it. Akaal Channel is the youngest Punjabi channel, only 5 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ. ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਬੂਟਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ MD ਅਮਰਿਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੁੰਡਨ ਨੇ ਲਗਾਇਆ. ਥੋੜੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਇਨ ਸੈਂਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲੀ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਮੋਢੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਢਾ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਖੜਾ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਦ ਨੰਬਰ 1 ਚੈਨਲ ਇਨ ਦ UK ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਈਡ 106 ਕੰਟਰੀ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਬ੍ਰੌਡਕਾਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ just over 31 million a month which is just over a million a day this is such a big achievement और ये सारा यूनिटी के करके सारी अकाल चैनल की टीम बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है एक फैमिली है पाजी we like work like a family together and that's why we so proud to achieve where we are today पर जिदा प्रीति पूछती है vision honestly not only the UK is number 1 मैं चाहना साडा even considering Bollywood channels साडा पंजाबी दा चैनल सारा तो ऊपर होवे
we will do as much as possible to support you ਆਪਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਿਲੀਮੰਜਾਰੋ ਚੜਨਾ ਹੈ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵੀ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀਨੀਆ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਚੱਲਾਂਗਾ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ then we will go to Punjab and one of my visions is to hold a very very big concert somewhere in Punjab where we can take singers from UK and singers from Punjab we can all perform and do something on the same level as Bob Geldof did many years ago and we can only do this when we have support of a channel.
Paji, you have a full support. I can say on behalf of the Akaal Channel team. सारे पास 30 seconds है तुसी मैं चाहूँगा venue एक दो फिर दस वो time date वगैरह.
Well, see, I look forward to welcoming you all on the 23rd of November at the Riverside. So please get in touch with the Akaal Channel if you need to reserve. But I'm sure the function is going to be a sellout and. We look forward to having you there and once again I'd like to thank Akaal Channel for having me here and sare srotiyan nu
Paji, thank you for coming. It's only about 10 seconds please. We need to close the show now.
Okay, thank you again once again for joining us and we hope to see you again next week. Next time.
Thank you. Next week, same time, same place. फिर मुलाकात होगी. तब तक रब रखा. वाहिगुरू का खालसा, वाहिगुरू की फतेह.
अकाल चैनल ਨੂੰ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ